Hey, I was at YouTube. Finally back home so we can get started on this Super Nintendo that I previewed a couple weeks back. And to open this up, for these 6 screws, you need a special tool here that you can get on eBay. And by the way, condition-wise, you can see it's not that bad. There's chips here on the corners, and you can hear something inside. This is gonna be my first non-Sega repair. Just because my handle is the Segaholic. I actually grew up on the NES back when I was a kid. This is when I was about 8 years old when we first got our NES. Everybody had an NES, so I'm not sure why these screws ain't coming out. And then, by the way, the problem with this is that the console doesn't power up. Whoops. Looks like we can separate the top from the bottom case. This looks like it came off of the upper shell. You can see here, the screws go through these holes here to connect to the upper case. You can see this is broken off. Looks like maybe we can glue this back here. See, this whole thing is cracked off and where it was supported. Let's take a look around on these cases. There's the cartridge flat, and this piece here was the eject button, and it looks like this piece here holds the flap from opening when it's on the on position. And what we have here is also a controller port board that connects via ribbon cable onto the main board. Here's the cartridge slot. Looks like the on-off button here. More broken parts. And I guess to connect this back in here. And this looks like it goes right here. Okay, looks like the indicator light is on the controller port board. And let's reapply power to see if this is working. Right on, we have power. I guess we can go and put a cartridge in to see if this is actually working. Here's Street Fighter. This is actually Street Fighter 2 Turbo. Here is a stick that I purchased quite a while ago. This had to be about 2001 when I was still in Arizona. I got this from Funcoland over in Metro. Anybody from Arizona? You guys know what I'm talking about. At my recent trip to Ahwatukee, my brother had this detachable cable here, which I was looking for the longest time, and I was about to dump this joystick. Good thing I didn't, because I'm a big Street Fighter fan. Pretty much grew up on it. I guess it was late 80s, early 90s, and pretty much everybody played Street Fighter also. Yeah, I bought this because I was doing custom joysticks at the time. I'll probably bring up the story in one of my other videos when I start doing joystick modifications, and I'll show you guys what I did as far as joysticks go before. I pretty much was the first guy to use Sanwa parts on my joysticks, which I actually sold a couple of. Yeah, pretty much was the first guy to actually find Sanwa parts. I even contacted the Sanwa rep over in Japan via email, and luckily he's understood enough English to actually get my order in. And then from there, it pretty much took off, and everybody kind of, I wouldn't say copied, but took what I did a little bit further, obviously. And then you had all these companies making joysticks with actual arcade parts, but that was the main thing. I actually wanted to make joysticks that used arcade parts, and this was primarily for Virtua Fighter for PS2. Okay, we have it hooked up to a regular CRT TV this time. The LCD TV outside wasn't compatible with the RF cable. All right. Right on. Let's go ahead and tear this down and do a full cleaning When pulling out ribbon cables, hold right at the end and pull straight up. Try not to rock it too much as you may damage the connector pins. Here you can see I'm using my ice cube tray as a grid to show what screw goes where, and just take mental notes. Like for these screws here, this is the silver ones, I know they go in here next to the cartridge slot. The SOM board has the connector right here, and you can see where it connects to on the main board. Make sure you use an ESD safe brush. Okay, we're gonna use some PVC cement again. This is for PVC piping the electricians use to glue these broken plastic parts back together and see if we can get them mounted properly. I cut some pieces of plastic here so we can use it to reinforce the standoff as buttresses. I'm gonna wait until the PVC glue dries up a bit more to put the last screw in. You can see here, the console looks pretty good. I'm not gonna retrobite this because what I found out is it just turns back yellow and you're gonna be wasting a whole bunch of time because the process takes a big time commitment. But you can see here, pretty satisfied with the results. Finally got a Super Nintendo. Now all I need is an NES. Okay guys, see you guys next time.